Duelists! Welcome to a new video. Today, I present to you Rate That Card! One Piece TCG! Yeah! Alright, so today, I got my boy here. I got Jake. Jake, say hi to your fans. All 10,000... Did you just hit 10,000 subscribers? Go subscribe to Jake if you haven't already.
I'm close to 11.
11K. Give me 11K. Give me 12K. Go subscribe to Jake. He's in the description. He makes great Yu-Gi-Oh content. But today, you're not playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Today, you're not. Today, you're gonna be rating.
He told me we were playing Yu-Gi-Oh today. He said this was the Forbidden Series episode 6.
He's lying. Wait. That's next week. He's lying. That's next week.
I have a whole deck built and everything. What am I gonna do now?
No, you don't. Go Control W. Get that tab out of here. No, you don't. Today, Jake is going to be rating One Piece TCG cards. So currently, we are in the Op 14 format. Op 15 comes out in literally 2 weeks. Basically going to be telling me if he thinks the card is good or bad. Stinky or good. I don't know. We're going to do a little bit of just explanations to the colors and just kind of how the board works. So Jake, are you ready to rate some, or I guess not rate, but are you ready to get into it?
Yeah, I'm ready to rate some cards.
All right, that's what I want to see. All right, so... This is it, right? All right. So also I have a slideshow. Cool. All right. So this is the board. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can have up to 5 characters on your character area. You have your deck. You have your trash, which is your graveyard. You have your Dawn deck, which is basically just your resources. In One Piece, you have 10 Dawn to work with, which is 10 mana. And the only interesting part is, depending on who goes first or second, you either have all even Dawn or odd Dawn. So if you're going first, you get 1 Dawn, while your opponent gets 2. And then every turn you get 2 Dawn during your refresh phase, during your Dawn phase. That's
sure,
just,
like
that's just
your standby phase, your draw phase sort of thing. Okay.
Yeah, these are your phases. It's pretty much the same as Yu-Gi-Oh, and the only difference is you can attack whenever you want. I think I explained this before, but during your main phase, you can attack whenever you want. There's no limits on that. But yeah, that's pretty much the most interesting part about One Piece, in my opinion, is that, like, depending on if you win the dive roll, you decide if you have even or odd Dawn, because some decks want even or odd for their.
I guess if you have like more like an even curve, then it's better.
Because some decks just can't play on even curve. Leader is yours right here. This is just commander.
Yeah, it's like, do you get to summon your leader ever, or is it just does he just kind of sit there?
Your leader just sits there, and you can attack with it, and then and then also every leader in the game has an effect, obviously. And
it's just like a continuous effect, or do you have to like choose when to use it?
You have to. It could be both. Some leaders you will actually see in this later on. Some just have continuous effects. Others you have ones you have to activate.
Then I'll let you explain when we get there.
Of course. And the only other thing leaders do is leaders can have up to 2 colors currently, and then whatever color it has is the cards you can use in your deck. So
yeah, it's like your lands and it's like Commander and Magic.
Yeah, pretty much. So if I have a yellow character, you can only use yellow cards in your deck.
Sure.
And then finally, you have stages, which stages are just field spells. The Yu-Gi-Oh equivalent. You draw 5 when you start. There's no hand limit. That's kind of about it. And then pretty much the only real difference is characters just have 1 set power. So if I have a character with 5k power, it is just.
Is it just 5. Like whatever the bigger one wins?
Yes. If they have the same, they attack each other, and then what is it? You do have to block it, but like if a 5k attack goes to a 5k attack, the one getting attacked dies. Unless you could block it. That's kind of like...
So the one being attacked or the one attacking dies?
The one getting attacked, if it's even power, it will still die. And then obviously, I guess the equivalent of hand traps is in the hand, cards have counter, and then you can use counter to block attacks. That's basically the TLDR. It'll make more sense when we get to the characters. I don't have an example on the screen. But I'll show you if a card has a counter. And then these are the colors. So there's 6 colors in One Piece. Red has to do with power, which is the attack power of a card. Blue, yeah. Blue deals with drawing or the deck, so either putting cards back in the deck, drawing cards, etc., etc. Green deals with resting or freezing. Freezing is a mechanic when a card is frozen, it will not become refreshed during the refresh phase. So during the refresh phase, you refresh. So
like it stays tapped, sort of thing.
Yes. Okay. So basically, and when a card's frozen, you cannot attack with it because attack with a card counts as like resting it, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, it's tapping magic. Okay.
Yeah, it's just tapping. And then obviously also to some effects, you need to tap the card in order to use it. So if a card's frozen, you can't tap it. That's what green is. Yellow is life. So yeah, in One Piece, most of the decks have 5 lives. So yellow deals with life. So manipulating your life, manipulating your opponent's life. And then there's also triggers. Cards have triggers it'll say on the card. There'll be examples in the video. Basically, a trigger is an effect you use when you get a card from your life. if I have a 5k base leader and I attack my opponent with 5k base
Yeah.
leader and I take the hit, you take the top card of your life as like the hit. It's kind of similar
So
to Pokemon.
do you take damage if like your leader would die in battle? Is that
Yeah.
how it works?
Yes.
Okay.
Your leader doesn't die; it stays on the board forever.
Yes. But
But
instead of dying, you take damage at life.
yeah. And then
Okay.
basically triggers are just effects you can use. You can discard the card, and then it does the trigger effect. So
Okay.
it's like a free effect you can do. It usually relates to the card itself, so like it just lets you use a free card basically. Purple just deals with Dawn, which is your mana. So you basically just ramp.
This
That's
is
what
the
most of the
ramp.
effects do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So purple sounds broken then.
Yes.
Like, ramp is
Actually,
typically
you will
broken.
find out. You will find
That's
out.
true. Yeah, ramp is
And then
typically very good.
finally, yes. And then finally, we have black, which deals with trash and cost. Trash is deals with your graveyard, manipulating cards in your graveyard. And then
Sure.
cost, cards have a cost, which is just the amount of Dawn you have to tap in order to use. So yeah, do you have any other questions, Jake, about the colors of the board before we continue?
Nope. I
All
think
right.
I think I got this.
Yeah, I think you have a good gist of it. So we have 15 cards we're gonna go over. We're gonna start with the leaders. So these are the cards that you build your whole deck around these leaders. So
Okay.
let's just get straight into it. Other than the GOAT,
Luffy!
Monkey D Goofy. I call this guy Monkey D Goofy because he's green.
He is kind of goofy.
He is pretty goofy. Look at him, so young and beautiful.
So red green.
All right, so I'm gonna let you do the describing. Go
Strike
ahead.
mean anything?
Strike. It's
Yeah.
just the type. It's the equivalent of attributes in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay.
Right. It does matter for certain decks, but for like 95% of decks, it does not matter.
For the sake of this, it's just kind of there.
Yes, it is just there.
Dawn 1. So is that spend 1 Dawn when your opponent attacks? Is that how you use the effect?
When it has the black Dawn X1, it means the Dawn needs to be on him. I probably should have said this too. So in One Piece, you can also use. Yes, you could put Dawn on characters, and then during your turn, the character gains 1,000 power.
He'd go up to 6k.
Yeah, so during your turn, you can make Luffy temporarily 6k power, and then he gets this attack during your opponent's turn.
So does the Dawn stay on them until the opponent's turn, or does it
Yes,
die? Does it leave?
The Dawn stays on characters until they die or during your refresh phase.
So you give him a Dawn, he goes up to 6k until your next turn.
He goes back down to 5k during the end of your turn.
Okay, but he keeps the Dawn on him. Okay.
Yes. Sure. Yeah, the 1k is just during your turn.
So so you give him a Dawn. He's 6k on your turn. Pass. He keeps the Dawn, but he's down to 5k.
Yes.
Okay. And so when the opponent attacks, if you have 5 or less active Dawns, is that just unspent?
Yes, unspent Dawn. You are correct.
Okay. You may rest any number of your Dawn cards. What does that mean?
So you basically, when you attack, you can rest a Dawn to do this effect. It just taps 1 Dawn.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you can basically spend mana.
Yep, you can spend mana on your opponent's attack.
And for everything that you do, for every Dawn that you rested, this leader or up to one of your Straw Hat crew type. Okay, that's as it says at the bottom, like Supernovas / Straw Hat crew.
Yep, that is like typing. That is like typing.
Gain 2,000 power during this battle. Okay, so when the opponent attacks, you can tap any amount of mana that you have, assuming you have 5 or less, and then everything will gain 2,000 for that battle. So does that mean like, so there's no battle phase?
There's no battle phase. So it's just for that one attack.
Just for the one attack, and then they okay, but you could do it multiple times in a turn.
Yes, this card is not once per turn. Very important.
Okay, so like if they attack one thing, I can tap one mana to make him gain 2,000. If they attack again, I can just use the effect again. Okay.
Yup.
I mean, like this is like effectively you're immune to battle. You're effectively immune to combat, right?
Maybe.
But it only works on the opponent's attack, so it's only defensive. So you can't use this to actually get over anything. Actually, wait a minute. If they attack you and you like say like a 4k guy attacks a 3k guy, and then you activate Luffy's effect to make the 3k guy go to 5,000, the 4k guy will die, right? Or do they get to like redeploy?
The attack just fizzles.
Oh, if you attack something bigger than you, the attack's just negated effectively.
The card. Yeah, nothing happens. Like the card will. That does matter because some effects happen when they attack, but nothing happens in battle. Nothing does.
Okay. It cancels the attack. Okay. So, but you said red is all about like power and aggression, right? And
yeah, typically
this is not aggressive at all because this just protects your board from being run over, right? Am I crazy?
You are not crazy. This is true. Luffy is just about being it is quite a defensive deck, I would say.
I feel like it's Luffy, right? It's got to be good.
Is that Monkey like Goofy?
Okay. It protects your entire Like this protects your entire board concept. This has to be good, right? Like you basically can't take damage from anything. You have to go through all of your man. Like if you're playing against this deck, you have to churn through all 5 of their. Assuming they have all 5 active, you have to churn through all 5 of their Dawn before you can even start like clearing the board. No, I think if you can like get like a board up with this guy with Luffy, then I think you're in such a good position. Is there hard removal in this game? Like is there a lot of hard removal?
There is a lot of removal, but there's also a lot of anti-removal, I will say.
So this just basically like you have to like if you have to like effectively draw the Raigeki against me or else you can't out my board.
I don't know if I have a
That
comment
seems
to
pretty good.
that.
That seems pretty good. Okay, final answer. This is a good
I was
card.
gonna say, I think final answer is a good card. And Jake, you are correct. Monkey D.
Okay.
Luffy is a pretty spectacular card. So
Okay.
just kind of give you a gist of the deck. You only play Straw Hats, so there's never going to be a guy that you can't block. Half your deck is green, and green, all the green Straw Hat cards restand your Dawn during the end of your turn. So you can use, you can use all your mana, play your guys, and then during the end turn, you restand them to protect your guys. And
Yeah,
then
this is really annoying.
and then basically, this deck also has multiple ways of anti-removal. It can stop KOing. It can stop bottom decking cards for blue decks. So this deck has a lot of ways of anti-removaling, which basically means you can only attack them. But if you're just setting 5 Dawn as active, you're leaving 5 Dawn as active. That's 10k power to block with. That's a lot. So like it takes. This deck is a very defensive deck. It takes a lot. Like once it gets going, it's very hard to stop. And then every turn, you're just getting attacked by a bunch of dudes. So
Yeah, this seems very strong.
and this deck can just use any generic red or green card. Which there's actually a green has a lot of generic cards. So I would say like probably like 70% of the deck is green. But yeah, you got that. Good job. I actually do play this deck in real life. Actually, this is my this is my meta deck.
Like paleo, it's just like
No, this is more like Malice, kind of, right? Like
Malice.
You can't die. This deck is so like this deck's hardest matchups are decks that also like want to stall for a little bit. All right,
Yeah, how does aggro beat this? Like
you don't, and then you also just drain the resource. It's very strong. All right, let's not get too caught up on Monkey D. Luffy. Let's get into the next leader, which we got Emporio Ivankov.
end of turn. If you have 0 cards in your hand, draw 2. You said blue is like the control deck, the one that wants to like draw cards, right?
Draw card. It also deals with cards in your hand and deck. So like bottom decking cards. Sometimes you want to like look at the top 5 of your cards in your deck to like stack it.
So how good is it to, because you have to empty your hand for this to do anything. How good is draw in this game? Like how good are draw cards?
Draw cards are good, but there's not a lot of them. Blue has the most draw cards in the game.
Like an equivalent, like a Pot of Greed type card, like just like draw.
No, most cards are +1s, so like you'll draw 2 trash one.
Like I feel like I can't ask how reasonable it is to have 0 cards in your hand, because I feel like that just gives it away.
Another thing I will say is characters and events, which are like spell cards in this game, they have counter, and then you can discard counter in order to block attacks in this game.
Yeah, so you definitely would want to keep that in your hand then, because you can't like set them.
So yes, you do typically want cards in your hand to block attacks.
No, this is terrible. Yeah, you have to hope you have to not keep any. Basically, effectively your hand traps. You have to use them and then hope you draw more of them. Like no, I'd rather just keep the ones I know are in my. Yeah, no, this is bad.
All right, final answer bad.
Yeah.
And then before I tell you, what are your thoughts on the artwork?
I don't like it. I don't like the way it's looking.
You don't like Ivankov? Oh my god! All right. Well, Jake, you are correct. This leader is terrible. This is one of the worst leaders in the game.
Okay.
Blue draws some of the most cards in the game. So I don't know when you're ever having 0. The actual impel down
deck, and that could be decent. Like, could you empty you summon your whole hand, then you draw 2, but like you would never want this in a control deck.
You also gotta remember when like in a card game, you always want cards in your hand. So unless you're playing a deck that gets a lot of value of having no cards in your hand, which there aren't a lot, you just don't get a whole lot. Also, too, when you get hit, like when I attack your life and you take a life, that card goes to your hand. So like. Okay. I feel like it's pretty hard to get to 0 cards already. And if you do, there needs to be a big payoff. And this card just doesn't have that payoff. So, all right. Next leader, we have Marshall D. Teach. He's black.
Oh, the card. Okay. I thought you were just saying that.
No. The card is black. It is mono black.
Your on play effects are negate. So it's self skill drain. So it's a trigger effect you use in the main phase.
Yep.
Discard 1 from your hand. Your opponent's on play effects are negated until the end of your opponent's next. This seems crazy. You play this in a deck of just big dudes with bad effects that you don't care about. Like, are there cards that are like well statted but with bad effects? Like, I feel like every card game has those.
Yeah, there are.
Like the Goblin attack forces of the world, if you
I
will.
mean, all right. So like typically most cards are statted the same, where like it'll have 2k more power than its cost. So like if I have a 5 cost character and a 7k power, that's typically the most.
Are there any black cards that have above average power with a bad effect? Like a
I would
detriment
say I would honestly say no, not really. Like
No, really.
the most you'll see is like 2 extra power than its cost. That's the most you'll usually see.
I still feel like this is really good. Like, you just play you just play this in a deck with just big guys, and your opponent, like, if you're playing against an opponent's deck who like that green deck you're talking about, those are like, I think, like, you rest your opponent's stuff. Those are those characters that do that, or are they spells that do that?
There's characters on the board.
Yeah, like, this completely shuts down a deck like that, and you obviously just build it so that you don't care. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is final answer. This is good.
All right, Jake. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. You are correct. Marshall D.
Okay.
Teach has been good since it came out. It's typically more of a rogue pick, mainly because black is spoiler. I don't know if I want to spoil it that much, but black is one of the worst colors right now. It's probably the second worst color. But this deck is still really good.
I remember you showed me one card that they like, banned or something, right? It was a black card. I remember you got annoyed that they banned a black card.
Okay. I think about like almost a year ago at this point, 2 black cards did get banned, and I love those cards. So, and the reason those were banned is because they're generic black cards. So this deck, this color did just lose 2 of its best cards. But yeah, black is probably the second worst color right now. It's pretty unfortunate because I love black because it's a really cool mechanic. But yeah, this card is just skill drain because in Marshall D, it's also called Blackbeard. In Blackbeard, you do not play any on plays. You only play active mains. And I want to say like 75% of decks only have on plays. Like most cards are only on plays, and then you use the body on the board to attack. And for some decks, it could just stop their resource loop. It can stop them from getting an advantage. And he's a 5 life unit, so 5 life leader, so like he can also be hard to kill. Yeah, Blackbeard's really good. Good job. For our final leader, no surprises here. We got Monkey D. Luffy.
Is that my goat Luffy?
That's my goat Luffy.
Where's the
Not
hat?
Goofy though. Where's the hat? He is in one of his forms, so he has no hat on. Don't ask me which form it is.
Wait, this is 3 life. Wait a minute.
Ooh,
That seems relevant.
we're getting spicy here.
Yeah, wait, that first one was 4. The other 2 were both 5. This is a 3. This is 3 life. Oh, so you die really quick.
I will be honest though. All 3 life leaders have 6k power. Just so you know.
Okay, so it's harder to kill them, harder to attack them. Okay, the effect, this guy can be activated at the start of your turn. If you have 8 or more daunt, sorry, the exclamation points are really messing me up.
Yeah, they don't matter that much.
8 or more daunt cards on your field. Look at 5 cards on the top of your deck. Reveal up to 1 straw hat type card and add it to your hand. Then place the rest on the top or bottom of the deck in any order. So this is Pot of Prosperity.
I probably should clarify one thing.
Yeah.
You do this effect before you draw.
Is it instead of drawing or?
No, you do it before you draw.
Okay. Yeah. So wait. So it's even better. You look at 5. You look at 5.
I probably should clarify that.
You take the best one, and then you stack. If there's another card you want, you stack that on the top, and then you draw the card you want. Yeah, this is broken. Yeah, this is broken, right? Final answer. This is the best card.
I have nothing to say here. Yes, this is broken. Blue is one of it's
ramp. It's purple, so it's ramp. So you could do this even sooner than turn 8.
Yep. So pretty much, this is the best leader I've showed you so far. This is a top 5 deck.
Yeah, this looks like it.
The main thing is obviously, so all your purple cards ramp you. So you get to 8 on quickly, and then you get to add a card every turn, and then you get to stack your deck and choose what you get.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
In some cases, it feels like a draw too. That's how broken this card is. This card just gets so much
better
advantage.
Than a draw too. You get to look at the cards, and if they're all bad, you put them on the bottom of the deck. Like,
I also should probably clarify, this used to be a tier, almost tier 0 deck until some of the most recent leaders came out. And the final thing I want to bring up is 6k power on a leader is actually really good. It basically makes it so every swing you do, you need an extra 1k on to even do damage to. So yes,
so you said like they have like 2k more, so you need like not a 4 drop. You need like a 5 drop to even like damage this guy, right?
Yes.
Is that how that works?
Like if I have a 5k guy, I can't just attack into Luffy. I need to commit Dawn or another card in order to make it gain power to even attempt to swing at Luffy. So
Yeah.
he's stronger, he's hard to attack, and then obviously he's adding almost 2 cards every turn. This card's broken. I don't understand how this card is still legal. I'm not gonna lie. This is one of the best leaders in the game.
He's the GOAT.
He is the goat of One Piece. Yeah, that is all the leaders I have. So now we're going to get into characters. These are all characters to be playing.
These are like your monsters, creatures, minions thing.
Yep, these are these are equivalent to creatures, minions, monsters. And I can explain a little bit more if you want. This is the first one. We have Kuzuki Momonosuke. I don't know how to really say it. But before
Momonosuke.
Yeah, something like that. All you have to know is you see the counter right here.
Yeah.
This is the counter. So if I do 5 attack onto a 5 attack, you could discard this card to block for 1k, and then the card doesn't die.
So the guy goes up to 6k, and then
nothing happens. Yeah.
Nothing happens. Okay.
Yep. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory, so I'll let you go ahead.
Okay. Active main. So does he have to be on board to use that effect?
Yes, he does. It is not on play, but
so
he could do it every turn.
Okay.
Because it's not on play.
And but I mean, imagine he's just gonna die immediately. He's got 0 power. Okay, so you may rest the specified number of Dawn cards in your cost area. So what is this? What is the specified number?
Basically, every time you want to use this effect, you have to. This is a 1 ray if you can't see. So
yeah,
you need to rest 1 Dawn in order to use this effect.
So you may rest this character. Look at 5 cards on the top of your deck. Reveal up to 1 Land of Wano type card. That's just like the Straw Hat thing.
Yep, it's just a type
of card and add it to your hand. Then place the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order. Okay, so this is Pot of Prosperity on a little tiny minion that can also block. Like he can. So I imagine you're probably not blocking with this thing most of the time. I feel like most of the time you're using this. So you play this if you're going second, you can play this on 1 because you get 2, right? So you can play this as your 1 mana, and then you spend your other mana to just basically draw 1. Yeah, so going second, you play this, and then you can immediately use the effect by using both of your mana.
Yep.
Okay, but you can't use like a counter because like he's so small.
You can, but you need to use a lot because he's 0.
Yeah, he's tiny. And you said they're either good or they're either bad. I think this is a fine card because your opponent has to remove this. Because if they don't remove this, you could just keep doing this every turn. That seems really good. You said there isn't a lot of draw. So if they don't kill this, you get to keep spending 1 mana to draw a card, to basically look at 5, draw a card. That seems really strong. Yeah, I think this is good. Yeah, you have to kill this. If you don't kill it, it just gets out of hand real quickly.
All right. It is generally a fine card. The reason it's annoying is because it's good because every turn, in theory, you get a search. But this basically forces a blank attack from your opponent. But the reason that's not that good is because every turn, you have an attack off your leader. So this is basically, and like you're not blocking 6k for this dude. That's not going to happen. So realistically, you're playing this once and you're losing a body. While most searches in this game are on plays that search you something, and most of them have like 2 to 3k power. So that they're at least usable, and they can make proc your other effects from other cards. You also gotta remember too, if you lose the die roll and you go first, so like you can decide to make them. They're playing the Land of Wano deck. So you can make them go first. You can make them go first, knowing that the search is in the deck, so they can't search going first. I think this card is not that good. So I think we're gonna have to lose your first point on the.
All right.
I'm not saying this because the card is Land of Wano. Like the card's not bad because it's Land of Wano. It's just bad because you're losing a body for no reason, and it's like an extra Dawn each turn to search, when you could just play a 1k, a 1 cost on play searcher to search.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, I'm not saying it's bad because
there are better searchers because he's never living a turn anyway, so that's better. There are better cards that could do it without having to spend extra mana to do it. Okay.
But yeah, most decks have on-play searchers. So, all right, let's get into the next card. So yeah, we were currently 4-1, so you're doing really good, which is kind of getting me scared. But next, we got Black Brook. He is actually black, but the card is also black, so you may go.
Okay.
In case you watched the live action.
Like a skeleton.
He is a skeleton, but he's if you watch the One Piece live action, you know what I'm talking about. You may continue.
Okay. So this is a 3. He's a 3 mana 4K. So that you said they normally are 2K above their cost. So this is the added, right?
Not, I wouldn't say usually. Like that's the best they'll be.
Okay, so this is like average stats.
This is average. Yes, this is average stats.
On play and when attacking, give up to one of your opponent's characters -1 cost this turn, then KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 0. Okay, so this thing kills. So he kills cheap minions. So I imagine. So they retain their cost while they're on field. Obviously, that's how this would work.
Yeah. So like for instance, what is it? Kazuki. He's a 1 cost. So with this, he could just pop him on play for free.
So 4K is average. So he's not like going. He doesn't seem like he's going to die immediately. So
Mhm.
if he's not going to die immediately, you can definitely get some decent value out of this. But like it's only one. So like against like a he's really only killing one drops because you can't. I think I saw before you can't attack the turn they're summoned, right?
No, and they can only attack rested characters.
Yeah, so this just seems really really slow. Like you can kill like a one cost thing on summon, but then after that point, like by turn 3, like how many one cost guys is your opponent really going to be summoning? Like I can't imagine they're going to be playing a ton of. I mean, maybe there's like some decks that do now. This card seems way too slow.
You are correct. This card is
Okay.
terrible. No one plays it right now. Back in about a year ago, I want to say, there was a deck called Rob Lucci. The deck was really good. It was a top 5 deck, and
Yeah.
this was the main powerhouse in the deck because the whole point of the deck was it was able to minus costs with cheap cards. 1 mana. There was this one card. It was actually the card I got banned called Ice Age. For 1 mana, you can minus 5 cost any character.
Dang.
So this plus Brook makes it so that you can KO what
You
any
killed
six or
everything.
any 6 or less. It is also when attacking, so it basically forces your opponent to get rid of it. Yeah, this card used to be really good, but with Ice Age getting banned, minusing cost is really hard. So Rob Lucci just isn't really good anymore, and yeah, this card just isn't good anymore. But it is also one of my favorite cards in the game. I love the artwork on this card. I love the idea of it. It's a really cool card. It's just been power crept. So awesome. So you're currently 5-1. Wow, you only need 2 more. And all right, anyway. All right, next we got Yellow Kikanojo.
On K. So is it on KO when it dies or when it kills something?
When it dies.
Okay, when it dies. If your opponent has 3 or less life cards, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards. Okay, so if your opponent has 3 or less life, you get to gain a life, basically.
Yep, you heal. Yep.
Also this trigger, if your opponent has 3 or less, you get to summon it, you get to cheat it out if they have 3 or less life.
Yep. And again, triggers happen when you draw the card from your life when you take a life.
Okay, so this has to have been okay, so you have to is it work like Pokemon thing where like you just take like the top like cards off your deck and that becomes your life? Or do you get to
Yes,
pick what your life cards are?
it's exactly the same as Pokemon, except you what is it? You draw the card from your life when you get hit, not the other
Okay,
way.
so if this ends up being your life in your life card and you take it and you take it, it's just this is because you said that three health. Because if your opponent's playing a leader that only has 3 life, this
It's
seems
always live.
really really good. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
always live.
yeah.
Like,
Most life is 5 in One Piece.
but it's just this is pretty much just like you said. This is also like plus 2K. So this is a very well statted minion.
Yep.
So when it dies, gain a life. Like that, do the yellow cards have cards that trigger when like you gain life?
There's probably some, but nothing meta right now. No.
So this is literally just giving you a life. There's no like extra benefit to that.
Yep. You were just healing.
You're just healing. You see the hard part here, I don't know how good healing is. Like I don't know how often I've never played the games. I don't know how often you do just take like chip damage. I'm gonna assume that because in most card games healing is unless it's like a lot of healing, it's usually not that good. They attack you, this is your first life, and you get to play it immediately. That sounds awesome. But like I just can't see that really happening, and I think it having to die to actually gain you a life is so slow. That feels really slow. I think this is bad. I think it's a bad card.
All right, so this is gonna be a little controversial probably, but
Oh,
most people would say this is a good card. This is a pretty
okay.
decent card. So that is another point of deck from Jay. Let's go. All right, so the reason because again I consulted some of my One Piece gurus because they put the game more than me. There's just better yellow cards. Recently, yellow has gone in the last 2 sets has gotten a lot of good support and
Okay.
and you were actually on the right track. Taking life from your opponent is a lot better than healing. Healing is definitely a lot more fair and a lot more balanced, and I wish the game went more in that direction. The card is good though. It is a very good card. It was a yellow staple in every yellow deck before the last new sets. But yeah, I think generally most people would say this is good.
They have cards that like steal life from your opponent.
Steal? No, they just take it. There are cards that make it so they don't. It doesn't go to their hand. It just goes to their trash.
Like it's basically like doing like burn damage. Like you just like to like
Yeah.
deal 1 damage to your opponent. That seems really good.
Oh no, it is really good.
Okay.
Again, all right. So it is currently 5-2, and we're moving on to the next card. What is the next card? Ooh, we have Ulti, the blue card. She is blue.
Okay, 4/5. Okay, slightly better. Okay, stats.
Yeah.
Is a counter. Can counter give something an extra 1K on
Yep.
summon. If your leader is multicolored, Look at 3 cards from the top of your deck and add up to 1 to your hand. So this is 4 mana, draw 1. How good is this? Like, it's 4 mana. Like, that seems like a lot. That restriction is basically nothing. Like, obviously, you're only playing this in a deck with multicolor, obviously. So I don't think that that's a real big issue. Is 4 mana Pot of Duality, is that good? The only like card games with mana, the main card game with mana I play is Hearthstone, and in that game, this would be terrible. This is the drawing in blue. That's so bad. Like, that's so depressing. So I'm gonna say this is bad. I think this is way too expensive for what it is. This is bad.
Jake, you are correct. This card is terrible.
Okay.
Again, this is ignoring the Animal Kingdom Pirates because the Animal Kingdom Pirate blue decks, they are also bad, but this card's not bad because those cards are bad. This card just doesn't do a whole lot. It's expensive. Another thing too is this is only on 3 cards, which most decks like Mr.
That Luffy card gets to look at 6, like,
yeah, exactly.
He looks at 5, yeah, but like
yeah,
that's so broken.
Yeah. The most searchers want to search the top 5. This only does 3, so you have less choice. Most cards can only search for certain types, while this can search for anything.
Restrictions on it.
Yeah, this is one of the only cards. It's not the only, but it's one of the only cards with 0 restriction. You could add any card in the game. In order for this card to be good, they need to make a better Animal Kingdom Pirate. I think that's the only way to do it, but it's an interesting card. That's why I chose it. All right, it's currently 6-2. Jake, you're doing really well. All right,
thank you.
Next we have the GOAT, Hody Jones. He could be the GOAT for many reasons. Don't ask me why.
He sure is a fish man.
He is a fish man. He's also a new fish man.
A 7 mana 8K. Okay, but he has rush. Okay, so that makes sense.
Yeah, rush can attack. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory.
Why does he have a dog skeleton? What's his problem?
Where? Oh, around him? You'll see why.
What's his problem?
He has rush. That's why.
On play, rest up to a total of 2 of your opponent's characters or Dawn cards. You get to rest your opponent's Dawn.
Yep, you can rest the Dawn. That can matter because if events have counter in their hand, you have to use Dawn, your mana, in order to like block attacks.
Okay, then add 1 card from the top of your life cards here. So you basically take 1 damage to draw 1. Is that
yeah.
is that
yeah?
What that is?
You do keep the card that you draw, yeah.
But you basically take the damage because you lose a life, right?
Yeah, you lose a life, but you draw a card.
Yeah, I feel like rush is really good because like this is 7 mana. I think this is the most expensive thing you showed me, and he kind of has to do a lot. Is there like removal on like the opponent's turn? Is that a thing?
No,
or
that only on cards that die.
So this guy is going. So if you play this guy, he is going to get an attack off. There's nothing's going to stop him from getting, unless there's like specifically something that stops him from attacking.
Which is on the field. Yes, it has to be on the field.
If you play him, he's going to attack. So you can only attack resting things. You said, right?
Yep. Only rested.
You play him. You get to kill something because I imagine most things are going to have less than 8,000 power. So this basically just kills anything. It also forces them. You can also just rest a thing. So this seems pretty decent. I don't know how impactful taking 1 damage to draw 1 card is because. Does green have like draw, or is this like as good as it gets for green? Like, does green have other draw spells? That's what I'm gonna ask you because that's not just giving it away. Like, does green have draw cards?
Certain decks do, but not like generic. I mean, you can play them, but like they're not meant for their leader. If that makes sense.
Although you did say that green was like the resting, so it's like a slower deck, so you probably have time to play.
Most green decks are very slow.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say this is good. You're mostly gonna be able to get to this point. You get to play him. You get to immediately kill something. He's 8K, so he seems pretty hard to remove without hard removal. And if you need to just hit like swing at face, he can do that because he has rush. Yeah, I think because at least when I see an expensive minion or expensive creature or whatever, I'm gonna call them minions. I'm using like my Hearthstone brain for this.
Yeah.
If I see like an expensive thing, if it doesn't do something immediately, then it's in my mind it's terrible. Like if it's just something that is hard to remove, in my mind is really bad. Again, this does something when you play it. So even if it does immediately die on the opponent's turn, you're still like happy that it did something. You killed something, you rested things, and you drew a card. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is good.
Jake, you are correct. This is a really good green card. Pretty much the only green deck that doesn't play this is the best deck because it just doesn't need it. Yeah, this card is really good. The main reason it's broken is because it can rest any character and it can rest as many like up to 2 Dawn. It's only like 2 between the two, so you can't do 2 Dawn, 2 characters. It's but yeah, this card's really good. There's only 1 other card in the game that also can rest any character, like generic green card that can rest any character or Dawn. So the fact that this can just ignore that, this can just rest any character is really good. So yeah, this is usually just a card you want to use late game to get game. It's a very strong card. So Jake, you're at 7-2. So you need one more, and you are more than halfway there to win it. The episode.
I'm gonna win.
So who is next? Ooh, I love this guy. We got Rayleigh.
All right. 8 mana. Okay, so 8 mana, 8K.
Yeah,
So
he's expensive.
Not the stats are definitely worse than the last guy because this is on cost. But on summon, it's like 2 of your opponent's characters, and you have one character minus 3,000 and the other minus 2,000 until the end of your opponent's next turn. Then KO up to one of your opponent's characters. Why does it say up to one, not just one?
You don't have to do it.
I guess if it can't kill anything.
Up to is actually pretty important in One Piece. It's like the most niche thing about the rulings.
Opponent's character 3,000 power. Okay, so this thing can kill anything with 6K power or less. That's what this does. If it has 6K or less power, it kills. It just dies, and then it also just gives something else minus 2K. So I guess something else. If you already have something else on board, it can kill that. You said red is like aggressive. So is red ever getting to this point? Do like aggressive deck like how long do aggressive decks typically like how long do those games go? Like if the aggressive deck is not like immediately if they actually get to do their thing, like how long are those games typically?
You usually get to 10 Dawn.
Okay, so you're always getting to the ability to summon this.
Yep.
Because like you said, like 8K is still a lot to get rid. Is still hard to remove.
Yep.
You said 8K is hard to remove. So I think this is definitely worse than the other card. But I do think this is still a good card. I'm gonna say final answer. This is a good card.
All right, Jake. We're gonna take another point off. This card is pretty bad actually.
Okay. I should have stuck with my gut.
Yeah. So the only deck right now that plays this is it's not even good. It's worse than RG Luffy. It's probably like a top 20 deck. It's called Vivi. The only reason that deck plays this card is because that deck can give any red character rush. So you could just play this. Yo, exactly. Yeah, you literally just play this, give it rush, and then 8K swing at you. But yeah, this card has just been power crept.
Kill the thing and then 2K and then kill the 2K thing.
Oh no, yeah. Like that's the only deck that plays this card. It's too expensive for not that big of a payoff. There's a lot of cards in the game nowadays that says you can do this instead of KOing a card. So it's anti-removal. So the fact that this can minus something, on play minus 3K something, just so that it can't attack on the next turn is actually not that bad. But that's the best part about this card. It only does 3K. And it's just been power crept. Again, it's only good in Vivi, which gives rush. So it's currently 7-3. There should be one more character. Yes, and we got Brindy World. I don't know how to say that. Brindy World.
All right, another expensive card.
Very expensive.
8 mana, 8K. Okay, not great stats. Activate main. He's purple. Okay, so actually, wait, this is purple. So this is actually not an 8 cost card. This is like a 5 cost card.
I mean, basically.
Or just specify number of dons from your field to your Don deck. This character, dude, you get 792,000 power during this. Okay, this card has to be terrible.
20,000. So this thing goes to 800K.
Sure does.
This can kill anything.
This is terrible. No, this is the worst card. This is terrible.
Sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, because like this seems. So you have to play this, and then you have to destroy all of your mana. It's just gone. It goes back into the deck.
Yep.
And then you only get one attack with it, and it doesn't even. You can't even like one shot your opponent with this because they only can take 1 damage at a time, right? Yeah, this is the worst card you've shown me yet. This is terrible. No.
Really? Okay, yeah, no. This is the worst card I've shown you yet. This
Give me a freebie. Thank you.
I did give you a freebie. No, this card's terrible. This card doesn't do anything. It is one of the funniest cards in the game because it is. I think the highest attack a character, because people talk about the game, the highest attack I think a character can get to is like 130,000, and this card helps with that because this card's 800K on its own. I said 130K, I meant 1.3 million. I think that's the highest it can get to.
That's much better. Yeah,
sorry, I can't math. I'm pretty sure the highest it can get to is 1.3 million. But like you said, this just guarantee kill something. You guarantee take a life, which half the game already is. Like this card just doesn't do anything. It's a gimmick card. You're currently positive. Now we should be getting into the. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. I think I clicked the wrong button. Okay. Yes. All right. Now we're on the events. So these are the equivalent to spell cards.
Okay. So this is green. All your opponent's rested characters with a cost of 7 or less will not become active in your opponent's next refresh phase. So this is 3 mana. Basically, stun your opponent's monsters for a turn.
Yep. And these cards are frozen, so they cannot become rested until the next turn.
Yeah. I mean, this seems good. I think you said that's what green's whole idea is. Actually, they do already have to be rested. Oh, wait a minute. This doesn't rest non-rested characters. cards. So they already have to be rested, which that makes me think this is a lot worse because you already have to have rested them. Your opponent could have rested them themselves. No, this is bad. I'm gonna say this is a bad card.
All right, Jake, that was a really good turnaround. This card is not that good. It's cool that you can freeze 5 3-cost characters that are rested. It's a cool idea.
When I first read the card, I'm like, oh, this just rests all of your opponent's characters. This is broken. But they have to already have been rested. That seems so bad.
Yeah, the selling point of this card is the fact it could technically freeze every card on the board. It is a very good selling point, and especially during formats where spamming decks are played, it's really good. Most decks don't care about this. Most decks, they do both. They have rested and non-rested cards, so it doesn't actually stop the whole board. It only stops a little bit. This has to do the card's current cost. So if you're playing against a black deck, which a lot of black decks want to increase their cost, if I have a 4-cost black card and it has an effect where it becomes an 8-cost, this card does not affect it. This only does like the current cost of a card. So this card's very niche. It's a 3-cost, so it takes a little bit of mana. It's not cheap. This deck has literal bodies that do the exact same effect. It only does it on like 1 or 2 characters. But having a body is just a lot better than just using an event from your hand. You know? So good pull. All right, so now we have another event. We have, this is what I was talking about. Gum Red Rock. I will not say anything about this card until you finish reading it.
6 mana blue. So manages during the main phase, I imagine. Place up to 1 character at the bottom of the owner's deck. Okay, so this is removal. If it is taken from, if you do get the trigger effect, place the 1 character cost of 4 or less at the bottom of the owner's deck. So it's just like it's just upside. Basic. I mean, I feel like this is better than killing something because it goes to the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is a very simple card. I feel like this is good. This is just 1-for-1 removal. It is expensive. I feel like this is it is 6 is really expensive. But I really think this is good. I really think. And how many cards can you play? How many of copies of a card can you play in your deck?
4 of every card.
I feel like you're this is like definitely like a 2 of it you can play. Like I feel like this is a card you probably would want to see at some point like late in the game because if this just kills. Can anything be immune to being going to the bottom of the deck?
Yes, there is ways to stop it being removed from the field.
I'm just gonna say this is good. I'm gonna say this is a good card. Blue seems like the removal class. I feel like this is just a good piece of removal. It kills anything. I don't think you max out on this, but I think you definitely play 1 or 2 copies in like a slow blue deck.
All right, Jake. I thought I had you there, but yes, this is probably the second best blue card in the game.
Oh, really?
Yep. It is expensive. It is definitely expensive. Usually, you're gonna be building your board anyway during your turn. Like you're not gonna be using this with just your leader. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna have like something to back it up with. This can remove any card in the game, which again is really good. There's not a lot of cards that can just ignore it. Can just do a character. It bottom decks it, so it's basic. And also too, and this is very niche, but in One Piece, you do not shuffle your deck after you search. There's no shuffling.
Oh.
So yeah, it's really strange. That's why all the cards say
and you not cheat. Oh, it says that's how you don't cheat. You don't get to pick up your deck and look at it.
It's just the top 5. So effectively, the card is gone from the game forever. But yeah, this is the second best blue card in the game. There's one more that is probably better than this. But that card actually just got banned a couple days ago. And the only saving grace about this card is it is getting rotated out. But blue losing Red Rock and the other card Pudding is very good. Like blue before was like one of the strongest colors. It was probably the second best. It's currently the second best color, even with Pudding on. But now it's gonna be losing a lot of its staples. So some decks are gonna need to use this engine to actually deal with the other cards and not use these generic cards that every deck can play. So and then now we have stages. So yeah, stages they're just continuous spell cards. They're field spells like in Yu-Gi-Oh. You get these cards every turn basically. So here you go. Empty Throne.
Empty Throne, 7 mana, very expensive. You have 19 or more cards in your trash. Your leader gains plus 1,000 power. So that's only on your turn you have that?
Yep, and you need 19 cards in trash, so you actually need some setup.
So if you're playing a 5k leader, only on your turn he's 6k. On the opponent's turn, he goes back down to 5k. Okay. Yes. And activate during your main phase. You may rest this card and 3 of your Dawn. Play up to 1 black 5 elders card. Okay, type character with a cost equal or less than the number of Dawn cards from your field from your hand. So you get to rest this at 3 of your Dawn to play a character card with cost equal than on your field from your hand. Can't you just already do that? Can't you just summon it normally?
Yes, I can. I'd read the card again.
Play up to 1 black 5 elders type card with a cost equal to or less than the number of Dawn cards on your field from your hand. Wait, am I just reading the card wrong? Okay. So if you have 10 and you play this, you get to play a 7 cost. Seven
All
or
right.
less. You know
I'm
how
just
that
gonna
works?
explain it just so you understand. The Dawn can be rested or not. So if you're a 10 Dawn, you can rest this in 3 Dawn cards to play a 10 cost from your hand.
I see.
Yes,
Okay.
that's yeah.
I in my mind it was you could only play something with the cost less the amount equal to the amount you of the things you rested.
Yeah, it's
So
just
I'm
what you
like, why
have.
would you not? Why would you not just play it for?
Yep.
Okay, okay. So this gets to cheat out. You get to cheat out a thing every turn, and so like you need to be playing a lot of big guys to get a lot of value off of this. That first effect is like whatever. That's neat. That's like a fun little. That's like the tier limit field spell, giving everything 500 attack.
Yes, yes,
It's
it is
like
exactly the
cool.
same.
It's
It's
like, oh,
nice.
cool, thank God. Now sometimes I get to beat over something just for not for free. The real effects, you get to cheat something out every turn, which sounds really good, but like you don't get to play them from your grave. Like if you have to play them from your grave, I think this would be really good. But it's from hand, the really expensive guy already in your hand. I'm gonna say this is bad. This is a bad card. Final answer.
All right. So I guess it's not a freebie. You're incorrect. This is
Really?
probably the best stage in the game. So let me explain this. So two
Yeah,
things.
in my mind, you have to have a ton of like 10 cost guys in your hand that are just kind of stuck
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
Do you have ways of tutoring those or?
Kind of. Here, all right, so let me explain. So there's two things about this card that you need to know. So this is kind of the problem with some of these cards, and this is probably the most specific card I've chosen. You need to know 2 other cards in order to know how broken this card is. The Empty Throne it is played in Emu, which is one of the best decks in the game right now. It is the best black deck, period. And long story short, the leader can play any Mary Goose stage at the start of the game. So you could basically play you play this from your deck immediately.
You start the game with this on your field?
Yes. Basically, once you hit 10 Dawn, you can play your 10 drop for 3 Dawn and still have 7 Dawn active to do whatever you want.
Okay,
So
yeah, well if you get to start with this on your field, it gets a whole lot better.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Do you only play like four copies of like the 10 cost, or do you play a bunch of like expensive
You
minions?
you only play 4 of it because it is the only card you need. Because you can just
It's
search for
like
it
you
later.
simply won't mill all 4 of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then the actual reason why the deck is broken, the five cost 5 other cards, all of them cannot be removed, so you cannot red rock any of them. You cannot KO any of them.
How do you
You can,
remove you? How do you
you
beat
can
them?
you can only KO them from battle. That is the only way, and most of them are 5 or 6 Ks.
It gets whole lot better when you have the obviously it
Yeah.
gets better when you have the context, but I was thinking about it like like old like when Pendulum was like coming out, where they're
Yeah.
going like we're just trying to pendulum summon out like Jinzos and like Apex
Yep.
Avians and stuff. In my mind, that's what you're trying to do with this card, and I'm like, that sounds terrible.
And then Emu's just gatekeeping every black deck. No black deck can be as good as Emu because they could just do whatever it wants.
I see.
But yeah, that is Empty Throne. All right, so we have one final stage. It's another black stage. We have Corridor Coliseum. Here you go.
1 mana.
Very simple.
If your leader has the Dressrosa type, your Dressrosa type characters can attack character on the turn on which they are played. This is crazy. This seems. You're
It is
the
pretty
only way.
simple.
The only way this is bad, like this gives all of your Dressrosas rush, right?
All
That's what this
right.
does.
Just to clarify, they only have character rush, so they can only attack characters. And again, the characters have to be rested.
But it's for the rest of the game. Like, is there ways to remove stages?
There's currently only one way to do it in black. I think blue is getting a non-generic way to do it as well. So no, it is
Like
not.
this is
Once a stage gets on the board, it is basically sitting there.
this is the entire. Are there good Dressrosa cards? Like, is there a
It's
playable
a
Dressrosa deck?
it depends. Oh, those
Because
are
this
two
card
different
doesn't have to be
questions.
played in that. You don't have to play this card in a Dressrosa deck. But
This
like,
is
is
if
there
your
good
leader
enough
has
cards?
your leader has to be Dressrosa.
Yeah, but are there good Dressrosa characters? You don't have to tell me anything else about it. Just tell me, are there good Dressrosa characters?
Characters, I would say yes, because this is not Blacklock. You can use this on blue. There are black and blue Dressrosa cards, and you can I would say there are good Dressrosa cards. I'm not lying there.
And yeah, I think this is a good card. It gets it can only attack characters. It gives everything rush. I think that I still think this is good. This is still good.
Unfortunately, this card is terrible. This card is
course.
only one deck plays it. It is one of the worst leaders in the game. It is a really cool leader. Again, another deck I've built. I built a lot of decks in One Piece. This is another deck. It's called Usopp, Black and Blue Usopp. It is really when you actually have the stage on the board, it's pretty good. It's not like Emu. You don't start with it. You have to search for it. And the deck actually has a lot of searches in the deck. It has max like 12. But typically in One Piece, you only play like 4 to 8 searches. You don't play that many. And again, you're not searching, you're looking at the top 5. So literally, if math is not on your side and you don't see this,
I guess this is really bad to draw the top deck. So
that's
yeah.
it. It is also bad. Like if it had a decent trigger to like draw a card, because most stages nowadays actually have that. At least like the ones like this. But yeah, drawing dupes of this is pretty annoying. There actually are a lot of good Dressrosa cards that have things when they attack. There is a 4-cost 6k Dressrosa blue card, and when it attacks, you draw 2, trash a card. So
that's pretty good. Yeah,
it is really good. So in this deck,
this? Like that seems crazy.
Yes. So every turn you can do 6k at your character, draw 2 trash one. Like it's very strong. And yeah, this card just requires too much setup. It is not that good. But yeah, with that, the final score is 10-5. Jake, you got 66. Is that how math works? 66%.
I think so. I technically passed.
That's right. You did pass. You got an F. Good job.
Hey, no, it's a D. It's a D.
You got a D. You got a D for Dynamite. That's not bad. Not bad for Monkey D. Luffy. That's good. But Jake, you did really well. I think you guessed again. You honestly you guessed all the cards I thought you were gonna say that were good. One Piece has a lot of bad cards, which is pretty. Like this one is pretty obviously bad.
Yeah.
But like some of them they're pretty obvious if they're bad. So I had to choose, unfortunately, cards that were bad but like used in certain decks. Like Quarter Coliseum seems pretty good, but if the actual cards you're playing are bad, then the cards didn't be bad. If we ever end up doing this again, maybe this noted context could help you and steer you in a better direction.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think you did really well. I think you did a really good job. So thank you so much, Jake, for tapping in. I really appreciate you. Tapping when to come. If you guys want to see another one of these, let me know. I had a really good time making this and doing this. So if you guys want to see it, let me know. And yeah, you'll have a good rest of your day.
Bye.